Chris with True Home Maintenance, here to talk to you a little bit more about filters. Today I want to touch on different kinds of filters you can use for your home. This is probably one of the most common filters we see when we're out on service calls. I call them feel-good filters because I don't know if you can tell, but you can see right through it. Okay, it feels good to put them in, but they're really not doing very much for your air conditioner. You can pick up a pack of 5 of these for about $4 at Home Depot. Again, but these aren't something I would necessarily recommend. This is the next step up from that. This is a MERV 4 filter. It filters pretty well for about 30 days, but after that, it should really be changed. It doesn't have the ability to hold dust for much more than that. This is a pretty good happy medium as far as airflow across your filter and actually being able to filter the air. You can pick up a pack of these at Home Depot for about $8 for 3. Once you start going up from there, you do want to be a little bit careful. Any filter above this is actually exceeding the requirements for most HVAC brands for actually delivering the proper amount of air. This is a MERV 7 filter. It does make claims that it can remove things like dust mites and other pollens from the air. But again, it is much more restrictive, and you can see the pleats are a lot closer together. Okay, these filters are going to be starting at about $20 a piece from Home Depot. But again, you want to be very careful that you actually have enough airflow to be able to use this filter in your home. Again, the next step up from that is going to be a number 9 filter. The pleats are still about the same distance apart, but they're very, very thick. Okay, these are again exceeding the requirements for most HVAC brands for air delivery. They do make some of the same claims, but these are going to start getting into some of the more biological compounds that they claim they can remove, most of which I don't know that have been proven. These also claim that they're good for 90 days. If this filter was in for 90 days, you'd probably be calling me because your system's not cooling more than it wasn't having any airflow. Next step up from that would be this. It's a MERV 10 filter. Any filter that's getting up into this MERV rating really should be about 4 to 6 inches thick. So that, as an example, you can tell this one's only about a ½ an inch thick. This one is going to be getting into a lot more things like pollen, mold spores, and bacteria. Again, I don't know that any of that's ever been proven. And they also claim that they can be left in for 90 days. Okay? None of these filters I would ever recommend to be left in for more than 30. Lastly, if you have a filter like this where it's washable, my first recommendation would be to replace it with disposables. These filters, even though you wash them and they may look clean, you always do leave a little bit of dirt and debris inside the filter that eventually plugs it up itself. And they're just not very good for cleanliness and airflow. These you're going to get anywhere from $20 to $60 depending on where you buy them from. Okay? If you have any questions on what kind of filter you should be using in your home or any of these other filters, feel free to give me a call at the number below, and I would love to come and visit you.